How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be replacing the front diff oil on this 2016 Subaru Impreza. Now that can go a bit wrong. A lot of people get caught out. There is different fill plugs of where to do so they drain the oil and don't fill it correctly, and it can cause a lot of damage. So in this video I'm going to show you how to replace the front diff oil correctly. I'm going to have a link for everything I use. So this is everything you need to do this job here. I've obviously got the oil. I'm going to be doing the rear diff, which is the same oil, and also the CVT in other videos. So please stick around for that. So obviously I've got the oil. You need a little pump to do this job. You need just a standard socket set that is going to have an 8mm Allen key, like that, and also a T45 Torx bit like this, obviously a bar, and now a bit that is not common that you're going to need. This is a T70 Torx bit. You're going to need this to drain the front diff, so make sure you get one of these. Like I said, everything is linked. So let's go ahead. Before I do that, the fill, I'm going to be working on the right side of the car. So from the back to the front, the fill plug is on the right side, not the left. So I would say driver and passenger side, but depending where you are in the world, that obviously changes. So I'm going to be working on the right side of the car. Let's get to it. Okay, so notice I have the car jacked up evenly. It's very important when you're doing fluid levels, like a diff or a gearbox, you just don't jack up the front or the back because you won't get a right reading. So the car's jacked up evenly. I got the front wheel off, again on the right side. You don't really need to, but I just find it makes it so much easier. And this is our fill plug. There. That is the fill plug. It is an 8mm Allen key. I have a socket here. That is the 8mm Allen key. Now when you're doing levels like diffs and gearboxes, always make sure you crack the fill plug before you drain the oil. Because if you drain the oil and for whatever reason you cannot get that fill plug off, you're in a lot of trouble. So again, I'm on the right side of the vehicle. The correct fill plug for the front diff is that 8mm you see there, just above the drive shaft. Now this was super tight, the last one I done. So we're gonna see how this one goes. This one's super tight as well. So sorry, I had to put the camera down for a while there. I just cracked it, but they are super tight. So make sure that your socket is fitting correctly and it doesn't slip or whatever, because if you round that can be a nightmare. So I'll take that plug out. Now again, so this is the front of the car. There's your transmission there. We're on the right side still. This is where we need our big T70 Torx bit. That is the drain plug for the front diff. So I'm going to take that out. Here's our front diff oil. So again, this is my oil. I have the pump in. I'm just going to pump a bit of oil in while the drain plug is out. That's good practice just because it flushes any gunk around out, and also you can tell that you've got the correct fill plug, because if you're pumping oil in and it's coming out the drain point, you're in the right spot. So I have the tip of my pump up in that fill plug. The drain plug is still off. I'm pumping it in. can see it dripping out. Let it flush a bit. We're all good. So while that's draining, I've got my T7, the big nut here. I've put a new washer on it. I've got a washer kit, but they are quite large, these ones, so you'll have to chase them up if you want to replace the washer, which is recommended. So now I'm going to put that back in, and then I'll show you the correct fill procedure. Okay, so the way you actually fill these is these actually have a check level tube. So that is to the left of the drain plug. Again, I'm facing forward. You will see another 8mm. Sorry, I thought it was a 245, but it's actually an 8mm Allen key. And again, they can get quite tight as well. So what you do, that is very tight. So just a heads up, guys, this one was super tight. So just be prepared for that. If you have a long ratchet or a long bar, the better. Maybe even give it a tap with a hammer. So now this is our check level tube. So what we're going to do is we're going to pump oil into the fill plug until we see a consistent amount of oil coming out of there. Okay, so the check level plug is out. I'm going to keep pumping. Again, it's still in that same spot up there above the drive shaft. I will keep pumping it. They normally take a couple of liters. So I'm pumping that in and see how it's coming out of our level check tube. So all I do now is I'll plug this back up. Now there's really no need to do them as tight as they were. Just nice hand tight. So now we're going to replug our fill plug. Once again, they don't need to be that tight. Just hand tight is fine. I then simply just spray down the area with some cleaner. Get rid of all the old oil. Give it a wipe and we're done. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, if this has helped you out, please help me out by liking and subscribing to the channel. Everything you've seen here is linked in the description, so check that out if you need that stuff. See you next time.